You guys all know I would normally clean up the background before making a video, but my cat's there, so he's just gonna chill on that jacket. I don't want to move him. He seems pretty comfy, look at him. Had to show a cat first because I have some doomer content for you today. I've tried to lay off on that kind of stuff, but I also like just getting on here and talking about what is going on with Mortal Kombat 1 and the state of the game. We have this thread of quote tweets, the first one being from NinjaKilla. NinjaKilla stated, "I literally haven't streamed this game in damn near 2 months. I don't know what it is, but it's just not hitting the same." This is after Deoxys' tweet, and if you didn't know, Deoxys, I believe, got top 8 at ECT using Natara, so man is carrying the low tiers out here, placing high in tournaments. I haven't played MK1 since ECT. I wish I was motivated to keep playing and try online tournaments, but I just don't feel it for some reason. RIP, man. Oh, you thought I was done with the sad tweets, because I'm not. Then we have a community legend, the winner of the very first offline MK11 tournament, beating SonicFox. It is Scar, saying, "I thought I was tripping." So why is this? Why is everybody feeling this way about the game? Because clearly there is a whole ton of offense in this game. In fact, in MK11, I never got a single comment talking about combos being too long and offense being way too oppressive. In this game, I get straight up rants from people in the comments telling me they absolutely hate that half the cast can do 50% combos, it's unfair, and that the combos last way too long. On top of that, we have really good defense in this game. I mean, we had a Cyrax meta that allowed you to never hit confirm a single special move, just always cancel into your special and then use Cyrax if it's blocked, and you're safe no matter what. And not even that, it's your special launcher, so always cancel into your launcher. If it hits full combos, 50%. If it gets blocked, you're completely safe, and you get that meter back with the Cyrax chip. In the current meta, it works the exact same way. We have the Kung Lao low hat meta. Always throw out Kung Lao low hat, you get plus frames and a mix-up, and half the characters can option select their combos off of Kung Lao low hat. It's insane. The defense on this game when you are going for your attacks is just as good as how OP the offense is, so clearly that's not the issue. I think player expression is pretty good in this game. There's some people arguing about player expression. Personally, I think it's great. There are multiple characters in this game where you have multiple cameo picks to play a completely different playstyle with the exact same character and it still be meta. So I think whatever playstyle you like to play with your specific main, you can do it with about half the cast. Obviously, some of the lower tiers require certain picks, but low tiers in any game didn't have player expression. Even in MK11, Scorpion was teleport cancel essentially, and if you use Searing Rage, well, you never placed high in tournament, aside from Zesquil, but it wasn't at a major with like NinjaKilla or anything. There weren't any majors that a Scorpion placed high in MK11 using anything but teleport cancel, and that was done by Averk. Even though I'm not actually sure Averk's ever been to an offline, so that was online tournaments, but again, that was 2020. We know why everything was online in 2020. The thing is, not all of these people were still playing MK11, but a good bit were in year 4. And I also don't feel like these people got that bored in year 4, so I have a couple opinions. I think one, once you've been playing fighting games for a long time, you naturally will get bored a little bit quicker. Not because of the game itself, but because all video games, every single genre, the attention span to it has just gotten shorter. Whether you like Apex, Fortnite, Call of Duty, you're a Minecraft player, you play single player games like Starfield, you play MK, everyone's attention span for one singular video game has gotten shorter since free-to-play games were announced, because nowadays there is always a new game for you to get on and try. So yeah, you're getting those quick hits, kind of like TikToks, where one week I can be playing free-to-play Apex, one week I can go play free-to-play Rocket League, then I can get on MK for a week, but then the following week, I want to play something new. I'm not saying this for me, but I think that is the trend all video games are hitting in terms of how the audience feels. So yeah, that's point number 1. There won't be a game that captures the attention quite like Fortnite for quite a few years at this point. So next up, it's gotta be the lack of modes on this game. So you have ranked and casuals, which is fine, but we don't have rooms or crossplay. So if you have friends on another console, you know, you're not going to want to get on MK1 when you could get on a game that has crossplay and actually play with them. On top of that, we don't really have that many game modes. It's really weird because the MK1 story is really, really good, and it kind of feels that way when you play the rest of the game. They being NRS, knew that this game's story mode was really solid, so it almost feels like it's being treated as a single player game first and then multiplayer second, which I don't know if that was the case in previous MKs. I feel like they got onto this idea after they released, was it the Aftermath DLC, where Shang Tsung or Liu Kang had 2 alternate endings you could pick between. But we have towers, which we've always had towers, there's not much to it. Then we have invasions, which if I go into invasions, it's just glorified towers. It's like there isn't really a difference between the two. You should probably just get rid of the towers game mode and only have invasions and then come up with something new. But then past that, we have nothing. So you want to run towers, story mode, or online? Those are your 3 options. Yeah, if you play the game like a pro player like NinjaKilla probably does or SonicFox, you're playing the game 8 hours a day. You know how quickly you can get through that 8 hours worth of content and then not know what to do for an audience? Mike Trelinsky has been uploading story mode parts for like over a month now. Because again, I'm not saying he doesn't know what to do outside of story mode parts, but if they're doing well, there isn't a whole lot to go do on YouTube, so it makes sense to stick it all the way out and keep going through the story. Obviously, I think cameos are the hardest to balance because either the cameo is really, really good or really, really bad, which is going to lead me into my 3rd point of why I think pros are a little tired of this game, and it's the fact that things are still buggy and the game is still broken, and we truly haven't gotten a good balance patch. We got the Cyrax nerf, that's fine. There should be an overhaul to the balance of this game because everybody knows it. You're either a superhero top tier, you're the best character in the game, Johnny Cage, or you kinda suck. There are very few characters that are in between. I'd say Melina's in between, Geras is in between, Smoke is in between. But outside of that, your character either gets rolled by the top 3 characters or you know, are a top 5 character yourself, it feels like. Back to the cameo thing, let's talk about Jax and why Jax is terrorizing the game yet again and why we are getting drama in the community yet again. SonicFox tweeted this in response to Rip's Arena tweeting a TOD from Sindel. A TOD is a touch of death, so it is inescapable if you don't use Breaker at some point, and it's doing like 80 to 85%, and we all knew about Jax TODs, but the thing about this one is it's kind of incredibly easy to set up. The link is tight, but it's naturally tight. Like when you're doing the inputs anyways, you get real close to that 1-frame link, so it becomes very much a possible TOD that you can learn and perfect. Just gonna keep it a full buck, NRS, and that's important. I never see Sonic just addressing NRS. Remove ground pound being unblockable and instead make it either A, hit low and it always launches them up if they get hit, or B, it's a mid, but if the opponent blocks it, he then ground pounds 2 more times for knockdown unless they get hit. Rips Arena asked for community feedback and said today that, you know, Rips was put in a situation where he had to decide if this was allowed or to be banned during a $5,000 grand finals. It doesn't seem to be intended like he said, and he made the decision to ban it midstream, and the community was 50-50 about it. Yeah, I think that's the sentiment from all pros. There's had to be so many times in this game so far that the community or tournament organizers have to essentially make tough calls. Like, there was a SINDEL Infinite into one of the 4 pro circuit tournaments that qualify you for Final Combat for $250,000. That is insane. The solution was, yeah, let tournament organizers disqualify you if you use the Infinite, rather than it should have been patched, or NRS shouldn't have put a pro circuit, one of the 4, and you have to attend 3 to get all the points, one of the 4, within like 2 weeks of the launch of the game, without a single balance patch to adjust or fix some of these bugs, or just really OP cheap things that definitely weren't intending when they were quality testing the product. I think this game is a blast to play, and really fun. But it is kind of shocking that we're in November and we're about 2 weeks away, or maybe less than 2 weeks away. We're right at 2 weeks away from when the full release came out of this game, so not even premium edition, the standard edition release. 2 months and we have not gotten a broad fix. That last patch was good. At least they addressed some things. but didn't address really any of the more difficult things that are wrong with this game. There was nothing that really shifted how this game is being played. It's still the same game. It is literally just throw Cyrax out back and bring in Lao, and Lao was already the second most chosen cameo at the highest level, so it feels exactly like the same game. What I hope to see is before Thanksgiving, before Black Friday, when they know a lot of people are going to buy this game, probably on sale. I don't know the price, I don't even know if they will, but probably on sale. I hope NRS just releases a sweeping balance patch that lifts up a lot of the bottom tiers up to middle tier. You don't even have to nerf a lot of people. Just wanted to get on and talk about the current state of the game. I'll have a Road to Rank 1 out tomorrow. Let me know your opinions on what NRS should do so that we don't have a bunch of pros bored of the game. It's really, really concerning. And yeah, I hope you guys had a great Sunday, and I'll catch you guys next time.